Welcome once more to the program Just For You that is cut out just for you, my viewers. And this is your man, Sonny Wayne Fella. It is so important that we discuss what is transpiring in our beautiful country, Liberia. You know, I will always be proud to be a Liberian because even though it's a small little country in the west coast of Africa, along the Atlantic Ocean, but the beauty of this country is so surmountable that we tend not to understand or appreciate what we have. You know, if there were countries that had the money, and I'm not saying Liberia is poor. Liberia is a very wealthy country, right? But the situation is the way we think, our mindset, at times baffled many of us. You know, we hear nowadays about the present government in Liberia, you know, trying to curb corruption. But before I continue, I want to say to you, my subscribers, thank you so much for returning. And those of you who have not subscribed, I ask your indulgence. You don't have to pay a dime. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button, the share, and the notification bell. So when a video comes out, you will be one of the first people to receive my videos. And I'm so grateful. I'm very grateful to all of you who have taken the time to watch my videos and to subscribe, share, and like them as well. I hit the notification bell. But there's something, as I said, that is so important that we need to talk about. You know, this is the first time in all of my life to hear about a government that have decided to work against corruption. And I'm not saying that the present government is so perfect, but at least they have decided to take that bold step of faith to deal with situation for 177 years that have never been touched or dealt with before. Before His Excellency Joseph Newman Boyka Sr. came to power, he made mention that he was going to establish the War Crime Court. We see today that it is unfolding right before our very eyes. And he mentioned he was going to crack down on corruption. The previous government never did anything like that, but rather graded the government that they were what? 85% perfect or good. But this government that is in power today have begun to turn things around to, I believe, a lot of us amazement. Some of us don't seem to believe that this is truly happening in Liberia. Because people were in power, I believe, you know, even though they are not going to court to actually found it guilty, but we know our country. We know that over the years, people have been in power, in authority, and mismanaged, misused the resources of our country. There are countries who give to Liberia. The resources we have, we encourage investors to come into our country and be able to make the best use of our minerals. Send it out of the country, and then like Firestone, and they send this product back to Liberia, and we have to pay so much money to purchase a vehicle tire or wheelbarrow tire or whatever from the very rubber that we produce in Liberia. But these people in authority, or those in authority, tend to see it in a different form where it's get rich quick scheme. Because they are in leadership, they are in authority, they can tell people whatever they want to hear and whatever they can get to put in their pockets, have their family out of the country in England, America, and whatnot, going to school and living the best of life. and then take the money that should be used for our people, and then support their families in foreign countries. And now they are talking that the government of His Excellency is witch hunting them. I personally don't know if that's witch hunt, because if you knew fully well that you were in power and you had the authority to embezzle, and you embezzle so much money, why are you living out of the country? Why are you living in Ivory Coast? Why are you living in Ghana? Some of you send your family to Ghana to live there, and other countries. But then the Liberians, or those who are not in authority and don't have the power, they live in Liberia. The money that they should be using to upgrade and uplift their lives, to get them a makeover, you take that money and send it to a foreign country for your family to live a decent life. While our people linger in poverty, abject poverty. That is wrong. So I'm 100% satisfied with what His Excellency and his government have started. Arresting those who they believe have embezzled the government's money, have corrupted the country of Liberia. You know, words are inadequate to express how thankful I am. And the government that is in power should understand that if they leave power and they committed corruption, now they have opened the door. They have opened the doors so that the next government that come in power can do what? Can audit this government, and those that are held responsible can be dealt with by the law. That's how Liberia should have run from time immemorial. But because of corruption and filling our own pockets, we tend to overlook it. Each time a president wins the election, that would be the main thing. Or when they even are running for the highest office in the land, they will say, oh, well, I will crack down on corruption. And people who steal, I will deal with that situation. I will do this, I will do that to stop corruption. But then when they get into power, they become the worst people that steal so much of our people money, steal so much of the country's resources and the minerals. Steal it. And I'm not saying, embezzle, maybe it sounds too big and a big word, but they are TV rogue. They steal from the Liberian people. And what Joseph Boyka is doing, His Excellency, I'm 100% in for it. I don't consider this as witch hunt. If you know for the way you didn't steal, when you are arrested and you are taken to the court, defend yourself. If you are not guilty, they're going to let you go free. But when you are guilty, I expect the law to take its course. That you should be what? Dealt with severely because of what you have done to the Liberian people. This is not about, an ordinary country where it's just the landscape or whatever. It is the people of that country that have suffered because of your greed, because of your selfish desires, wanting to make yourself feel and look better than other people. And you feel that this is my time, so it's time for me to steal. That time, this is our time. And those of you who are in Joseph Boyka's His Excellency government, beware. Beware, because if you steal and then you are arrested, you will be penalized. You will be severely dealt with legally. The money the country receives should be used for the intended purpose to lift the life of our people, to make our country a better place, to clean up our streets, to fix our sewage, because it's terrible. When it rains, houses are flooded. These things are happening in our country, in our capital city and other cities around. What can we do about it? Why should we steal and let other people suffer the consequences of our rogue attitude? We can't continue to do this, our people, my people. So it is good that this present government is cracking down on those who have corrupted this country. If you are found guilty, let them be dealt with severely by law. Let them be dealt with. Because if we continue to allow these things to happen in our country, Liberia will always slack behind. I know it's not an easy tax. I know it's not easy because people say, oh, maybe when they get it too, they will do this to us. No, there's no need to be afraid if you know that you are genuine enough. If you know that you are doing the right thing. Use the finances of this country that is given to you and trusted to you. Use it for the right purposes. Let us have medications in hospitals. Let's have good equipments. Let's have personnel that are well trained in our clinics and hospitals and whatever we go to find some means of healing. And we need to do this. Our roads need to be paved and kept clean, and so that during the rainy season, people can travel freely and happily. And there's so much we can do with money in our country. The educational sector, the tourism sector, there's so much money can be used for. But instead, one person come and steal. The 1% take all of it for he and his family and leave the rest of the people struggling, can't find anything to eat. That is wickedness. That is pure evil. So I want to say today, bravo, Mr. President. Bravo. Thank you for your job well done. Let us penalize these people, regardless of wherever they may be. Track them down. Wherever the money leads, track them down. Bring them to our country. Send them through the courts and let them defend themselves. And if they stole, confiscate their properties. Not only put them in jail, take whatever they use that money to purchase or to buy. Somebody making $5,000 a month, you can buy $250,000 house or $1 million house. People building 47 condos. How much money do you make to build all of these things and to buy all of these things? There is corruption. Confiscate those things. Let the Liberian government use them or sell them to the Liberian people. Let the government use these things or sell them. So these things that are happening to our people, it's terrible. Our people are suffering. Our people are suffering. We need to stand up and fight against the ills of our society. Corruption has been the hallmark of Liberia. Every government, since J.J. Rowell time, I believe, till today, people have been corrupting. It is time that we put our foot on it, that we step on it and don't allow it to ever happen again in our country. Dependence should go from one place from one side to the next. Now that His Honorable Excellency have started, any government that come after him, you all should follow suit. Do the same. If you feel somebody corrupted and they went through the process of being audited and they are found and they found that they did steal, send them through the courts. And if they are found guilty, let the law take its course. Stealing is too much. Our people are suffering too much. One person can't do it. The 1% can't keep on suffering the masses, the rest of our people. So it is time. It is time. And this is the time. Not next regime. This is the time that these things must be done. And now that this government have started, I salute you and say thank you. Thanks for joining me. And I hope that you have a great time. Bye for now.